No, I know things have been a little tough. Tensions are a little high at the plant. Hopefully, we can have a successful contract negotiation. This has been a 50-year standing relationship. I don't see any reason why it should come to an end.
Well, we're definitely trying to avoid that. Baxter has been a huge part of the community, and we've built a reputation. We definitely don't want this to go south, but we do have a business to run. So.
Oh yeah, we appreciate you have a business to run. We do appreciate that, and you guys are doing well, and we're happy to have been a contributing factor to that. But conditions at the plant are continuing to deteriorate. We got a really high injury rate. Morale in the employees are way down. The plant's up, operational. Your productivity has definitely increased. You guys are doing amazingly well. We think it's time that you come back and renegotiate with your workers who have brought you that far.
Well, we certainly don't want to downplay the part that our workers have played in this. However, like you said, the new plant is up and operational. We sure spent a lot of money on a new plant that is far more efficient and is helping us to get things done. So we are, there are some things that we do want to talk about to try and iron this out, but we have to make this work. We have to make it work for both of us if we're going to continue this relationship.
Well, absolutely agree. We need to make it work, and hey, we're here for that, But I think our time of concessions, we're not where we can make too many anymore. I need to protect the workers, and definitely, they want to stay working for the company, but I think we need to look at changing a few things.
I agree. I think the best way to protect your workers is to ensure that they have a place to go work. Okay, let's take a look at some of these issues here. We've in regards to our layoff and hiring policy, we feel really good. We haven't had to have many layoffs, almost no layoffs, and that's something we really pride ourselves on.
Oh man, historically, that basic contract that we used to have, you guys were great. You were the leading standard on that, letting the workers work full time. Absolutely. You guys are well known for that, and that's what we need to strive to make sure that Baxter still stays that leading edge company and how they treat and protect their workers.
Absolutely. We certainly want to be fair, and because of that, because times have changed. We are in a new facility. The needs of our facility as far as workers are concerned have changed significantly, and as such, we want to make sure that the company is solely responsible for hiring. We want to make sure that we're able to hire all of our that we're able to to decide who's going to work for us.
So are you saying that You want to do away with the historical hiring off of a layoff list, or what are you getting at with
No,
that comment, Dan?
I think I don't mind the layoff list. As we have brought in some new people to work with this new equipment, I would I'd be willing to continue to hire a percentage of positions from the layoff list, but I definitely want to be able to bring in some new blood, as well. So like I said, we would be willing. I mean, we don't want to leave your guys high and dry, so we would definitely be willing to hire a percentage. I mean, maybe 30% off of that layoff list.
Well, Dan, look at this. Look at your accident rate nowadays when you're bringing in these new guys, and you're bringing them in so quickly that you're not even allowing them to get the proper training. You're now one of the leading industry levels in the rate of accidents. It's outrageous, the amount of accidents, and that comes from bringing in too many new people.
Well, I think you're right. New people and getting used to a new system is certainly part of it. I also think that Iowa legislation and providing nearly a full wage to employees who have claimed injury, I think that certainly plays a part into that. I think our as we've looked at things, I think you and I both know that our injury rate has been exaggerated considerably.
Well, you've even made statements to the contrary, that I know you think they're exaggerated, but, your own reporting system is having it up there pretty high. And I think by maintaining some seasoned workers who can really understand, who's been there for a really long time, that they can take these guys under the wings and give them a little more indoctrination into the company. You guys have built your company on their back. Now it's not the time. I think we need a little higher number than 30%.
Would you feel better about 40%?
Why don't we do 60?
No, we can't do 60. We can't do 60. No, we need to have. I mean, these a lot. That a lot of these workers are getting older. We need to bring in a new wave of folks that are going to be able to keep Baxter running long after you and I are gone. We need to make sure that we're bringing in some new blood. I think 45% off of the new hire list is more than fair, or off of the layoff list is more than fair.
Well, well, let's talk about who's going to be on that layoff list. You said that employees are getting older and that, and you're targeting people to retire, and I understand that, and retirees get their own different benefits in that. But I think if we're going to look at looking at reducing the number of people and not giving your employees the first right off of that layoff list, then we need to be targeting layoffs on first in, first out the door policy. Last in, first out the door. Let me restate that. Last fired, first one out.
Very much. I'll disagree with you. I'll disagree with you, and then we'll
total mistake there on this. Look at the tongue. I think we need to look at that layoff procedure. If you're not wanting to rehire off that list, then I think the people who have been there to benefit you the most, that you're laying off, that are not retiring, that are being laid off, I think they still deserve that right of first refusal. And I think they need to be the last people that you're targeting.
Well, I don't think we can. I mean, some of the best folks that we have, and I think this, some of your best employees are your new employees. are your new workers, the people that have just come on. So I don't think we could go completely by seniority, but I think we could. I think we could definitely. What if we did this? What if we, of course we try to avoid layoffs wherever possible, but where it is possible or where it is necessary to have layoffs, that we will let you determine. We will let you use your system if you want to use seniority or however you can use seniority or whatever for half of those layoffs, and we'll determine the other half.
And you target the number of people that are being laid off?
Well, yeah.
You'll say we need to lay off X number of people.
We'll let you know that we have to lay off X number of people, and you will then get to take half of that number and determine which of those folks. If you want to get rid of the new guys, that's fine. For your half, but we'll determine the other half. If we're going to do that, we need to be able to hire the folks that we want. So I think we could come up to. I think we could do the. I think we could let you lay off half of the people that or let you determine which half of the layoffs. You can decide for who is going to be laid off. Half of those people. And then we'll when we of course rehire, we will rehire 45% off of the layoff list. What do you think of that?
Seniority ranks highest on the layoff list. They're put on the list in order of seniority and taken off.
Wait, say that again.
So they're ranked in order of seniority that they left the company on?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. And we maintain the 52-week layoff notice policy that we have always enjoyed and has found that it has worked mutually for us in the past?
Well, no, a 52-week layoff notice. I mean, that's archaic. I mean, we're not going to do that. How about what if we maintain a 90-day layoff notice? You can determine 50% of those layoffs, who they are going to be, and we will, when it comes to hiring, we will rehire 45% exclusively from the layoff list.
In order of seniority.
Sure, if that's how you want to do it.
So come to an agreement then. We're working together to process who gets laid off. 50% selected by
50% selected by 50% selected by management, 50% selected by the union. When it comes to rehire, we will rehire 45% of our new employees will come directly off of that layoff list. Is that agreeable?
Oh.
Groan.
Groan.
That's
Groan.
a pretty fair deal.
I say I hope I never have to do any sort of negotiations against you because you're killer at this.
Just trying to help.
I think
help your guys.
maybe let's look at the rest of the whole package and see where we're at. But
All right. Okay.
let's look at the work condition, work rules.
Work rules.
That team management thing was working pretty good for you guys, and I understand the new procedure is a little bit different. The plant definitely operates
It's entirely different.
It's entirely different. You're right. We recognize that. But again, I'm going to fall back to, that injury list and the whole feel of the company. I'm sure you've noticed it. Your employees are a little demoralized. Think maybe we can look at a way that can give them a little bit more of a voice back in what they're doing. So they're not going to a supervisor when they have to take a pee break, a little bit more. I'm not saying we have to go back exactly to how it was before, but I think we would like to see a way that we could come together to give the employees a bit of a more voice in the workflow.
I understand that, and I get that employees want to be involved, and that's good. The reality is this is a top of the line brand new facility, and it runs a very specific way. The employees before, they could essentially do, in the old place, they could do kind of whatever they wanted whenever they wanted, as long as the work got done. Well, this plant is different. It has to be, we have to have people in position all the time. We have to maintain control over those work rules. We would certainly be willing to hold say quarterly town hall style meetings and listen to concerns and from workers, and then be able to discuss those things. But as far the final say has to come from management. We just have to. The problem is like I said, we have this new facility, and it has to run efficiently if it's going to have been worth the investment.
Well, yeah, you definitely have to make something worth the investment. That was a big investment for you. Maybe giving them back a little bit of their incentives. You guys can see now what the capability of production is. I think you're pressing a little too hard. Not saying cut back dramatically on it, but I am saying that, you get more done when you're working safer. You work safer, you work harder, you work better, you work faster. I'm thinking if we can maybe give them just a little ounce of a team approach, give them those production quotas, reestablish that. It worked well in the past. You can now see what the capabilities of the plant is. Let the workers show you that they're capable of doing that in an efficient manner.
Well, it worked well. It worked well in the past for the workers. I mean, we ended up paying double wages essentially, and again, it did work in the old plant. But here, this is a different ballgame. The old plant, the guys could really hustle in the morning and then could sit on their duff all afternoon if they wanted to, and that would work fine. But the way that this facility runs, that just wouldn't work. I would be willing to give them some type of incentive. I mean, we can talk about an incentive program, but it certainly will be different than the one before, hitting a daily quota. I might propose a plant wide benefit. Having a set determined benefit for hitting monthly or quarterly quotas, because that of course encourages efficiency. It encourages safety, like you were talking about, and gives the workers a goal to shoot for, and a way to earn a little something extra, but also keeps the plant operating efficiently.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying we have to go back to the way it was exactly. But yeah, combined with your meetings where the employees feel like they have a voice and giving them a little incentive, I think it'll go a long way to turn your tide.
Okay.
And your attitudes and that. So, okay, lousy secretarial skills here. So we're going to do a benefit for monthly quotas.
Sure, that'd be fine.
Monthly quotas, okay. And what did you call them? Town hall meetings? Is that what you called them?
Yeah.
And our counterparts are asking if we're done. So I guess that leaves us to wages. Is that the last one?
That's the last one.
Hey, wages. You guys have been very successful with the lowered wage, and I understand, it can be perceived that part of that success was from that. But you have really bounced back nicely, and it's definitely, you're plowing forward. You're staying in the lead. I think we need to reward the employees a little bit somehow with this. I have lost my position. So, we think that there's a little bit of surplus there that can be shared around, and
okay. Well, I'm sorry. I can't. Time out. I can't find. So.
Do you have a wage section on yours?
I'm looking. So what is our?
So because we couldn't come to an agreement,
right.
Guys went to arbitration, and you're now down to 867.
866. So, yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, the arbitrator said 867, so he must have rounded up someplace.
Well, it was 8.666667. So yeah.
So being that we did no concession and didn't.
That's what I thought. I was just looking. I was looking for a confirmation. I was looking to confirm that and couldn't.
Yeah, it's in an itty bitty little footnote.
Cool. Okay. Sorry, were you saying, did I cut you off? I think I cut you off.
No, I don't think so. Hang on. Everyone's wanting to know. I think we need more money, Dan.
How much more do you need? I mean, you have to realize Baxter is still, even coming down, we're still, in the top third. We're still paying some of the highest wages in the industry.
Yeah, but Baxter's always been known for that. You have a long history of being the leading front, but that mark that people try to live up to and try to come to, and be that gold standard. We need to continue that. We need to make sure that you guys are still shining, and happy workers are going to help make sure that the company succeeds. And you're giving them a little more voice, and we're working on that other thing. I think just seeing incremental raises throughout the next contract session, I think will go a long way to making sure that they know that you're looking out for their best interest and that you're still that leading company. I think we can talk about stepping wages incrementally so that we're not overburdening you, and raising them each year with the cost of living.
Okay, what are you suggesting?
Um, let's bring it back to that $9 for the next 2 years and 2% each year after.
Why don't we come up to 875 and do 2% annually. Now you have to remember that we have given back an incentive bonus. I mean, if your guys, if these guys, really, if they learn their craft, if they really get it down and get this thing humming, then they can certainly earn more with those monthly quotas.
Okay, so $8.75 per hour, 2% per year over the 7-year contract.
Yes.
Here, a question, Dan. Do you think we need to say specifics on that benefit for the assignment, writing up the contract? Do you think we need to set that out?
Probably.
Is there anything in the old papers? I don't think they said what that used to be, did they? It was up to a percentage of their.
It didn't say how it worked exactly, and my instructions were like, I came up with a, it said we could, I was supposed to come up with something, so that's what I came up with.
Okay, we'll say set benefit. Mutually agreed upon set benefit.
Sure.
I think that'll cover it.
Now, of course, if we are going to pay higher wages, and we, like you said, we've done that in the past. If we continue to do that, if we're going to pay higher wages, we want to be able to determine who is going to be hired. So I mean, like we talked about at the beginning, we want to determine who is hired. If we're going to pay higher wages, we want to determine who's going to be laid off. If we're going to pay our workers higher wages, we want to be able to determine who's going to be there and who is not going to be there.
Well, Dan, I can say that if we're not, if we're still taking a lower wage and incrementally really small, trying to work with you here, incentive raises, I don't think I can go backwards and give up even more. It's not just the wage. These guys are the ones that made your company. They're the ones that can help you run it. We think there needs to be a joint voice, and I think this is a really good point where labor and management are working together and giving that team effort and really making a considered joint effort on it. So I think that I could do a little bit of a concession if there was that joint effort in there. We're conceding on a bigger pay raise because we agree that you guys are meeting us and you're trying to show an effort of working jointly. But if it's all going to be, if we get the wage we have to give up, I don't know that I can do that. We're willing to go with your proposed wage level with the incremental increases like we asked if we keep that joint decision on layoffs and work roles.
Okay. All right.
Do we got a contract?
Well, that sounds good.
Okay, I'll write up the contract. All right, so then I'm going to shut this off, and then I'll reopen everything for the rest of us. We need to figure out what we're doing with doohickey real quick.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks, Dan.